That will not practice today is Mike Dana. He's got a pec strain, so we'll just see how he does this week as we go forward. Look forward to the challenge of playing the 49ers. Heck of a football team. Kyle does a great job with, with the team, and he and Chris have that offense rolling right now, and their defense is one of the top defenses in the NFL, with Nick heading up the defense and special teams. Brian does a great job there on special teams. So, listen, they're well coached. They've got good players. I think both teams kind of know each other, and it should just be a heck of a game. With that, time's yours.
Coach, what is it about the Niners' defense that makes them so difficult to prepare for?
Yeah, so they've got their defensive front. Starts with those guys, and then they've got an all-pro linebacker sitting right there. That's pretty good, along with their secondary. So they're well-rounded, but it starts with the defensive front. Those guys, they set the tempo for their defense.
Andy, what are your plans for Clyde now that he's on the active list?
Yeah, we'll just see how that goes, and how it all works in. We got to look at everything on that. So, special teams, et cetera, et cetera. So we'll just, but he's good to go to practice. He knows what he's doing. He's feeling great, which is the most important thing. So.
Do you anticipate that he would play?
We'll see. We'll see how that goes.
And is Super Bowl footage of any use at all at this stage, based on the timeline and things they're doing differently?
Yeah, I think both teams will look at that for sure. Yeah, you're going to look at everything. I mean, over the time that we've had against each other. I mean, along with the games we've already played and they've played. So you look at all of that.
Do you think there's any consciousness at all, the notion of a rematch, or not, this just another regular season game?
Yeah, I think that comes from you guys, and then, but I think it's two good teams playing each other for sure. I mean, that's how I look at it.
How was a bye week for you and your coaching staff?
Yeah, it was good. It was good to step back for a second. For the players in particular, they got quite a bit of time off, and coaches got a little bit of time off, and it was good for everybody there.
And you've been through this long enough to know, what are the benefits of having an early bye when compared to like one that's, say, closer to Thanksgiving?
Yeah, we've normally had them a little ninth week or plus, somewhere in that area. Our schedule is crazy enough where you're going to get some days off, and it's important that you take advantage of those days. So that's what I would tell you. So it was good to get this one, and then how we handle the rest of the schedule is the important part. And when we have time, make sure you take the time, and for recovery purposes.
Andy, what do you attribute to? You guys had a lot of success under center against the Saints. What do you attribute that to?
Yeah, we've done a little bit more of that this year, and it's just, listen, it's one more thing that we like to use, and we're able to use it a little bit more. I think the running backs love that part, obviously, but it's a good changeup. Yeah.
When you were going back during the bye, how did you feel about some of the pass protection, and then particularly at the left side? Just how you guys made it a little bit better there?
Yeah, listen, we've got young guys playing the left tackle. I mean, that's not a secret, and so it's important that we just continue to progress there and get better. We know there are going to be some hiccups, and we just got to keep getting better and better as we go. That's the important thing, and the guys are working hard, and so that's kind of where we're at with that.
Will Wanya start this week?
Yeah, Wanya will start. Yeah.
Coach, Brock Purdy's obviously had a very fine career to start here, and wasn't drafted by anybody until the very last pick of the draft. And he's kind of proven it over time. What do you see from him as he's gone through here, getting a couple years into this thing, where it seems to not be dropping off?
No, I think he's a heck of a player. I remember the head coach at Iowa State saying this guy changed the program around. And when you make a statement like that, and he's a good football coach, when you make a statement like that, that's bold, and it's we all see why he said it. You know, he was right on with that. I mean, this kid's he's a heck of a football player.
What was just kind of your impression so far, just how much that Juju has kind of been able to kind of pick up where he was, in 2022 when he was with you guys?
Yeah. Well, first of all, he's a veteran. He works hard and he's smart. So I think all of those kind of go into that. And Pat has trust in him. So, and we as coaches have trust in him, and we've tried to put him in good positions for his strengths and try to utilize those. And that's, I think all of those things kind of add up to production. But the main thing is he's kept himself in great shape and he's smart. He knows how to play the game.
He said when he got here that he watched last year and saw Rashid doing a lot of the things that he had done the year before. Does that make him just a really good piece to have around when you do lose Rashid?
Yeah, you and I have talked about this, Matt, but the guy opposite Kels ends up being very important. That they know how to play the game and can kind of do similar things that Kels can do, and it's if you can get that, then you've got something going offensively that way. So he did that before. Pringle did that before him. We've had guys in those spots that could do that. So it's that's a positive thing. Anyways, Juju's good with that, and yeah, they are similar things. They're doing similar things.
Okay, thanks, Coach.
Okay, good.